shit.
So, welcome back to Ben's Rant Nation. Today is June 14th, 2025. Big day today. So, we got the big military parade celebrating the Army's 250th birthday. Pretty awesome. But on the other side of the tracks, we have No Kings protests going on all over the nation. In case you don't know what that's about a bunch of corporate overlords who own the Democrat Party telling a bunch of useful idiots what and how to think and even how to behave. Now, to these comrades, these big mega corporations who are funding these protests, that's their king. So, you might be asking yourself, what's the purpose behind all this? Why are these useful idiots, at the request of their corporate overlords, showing up in cities and lighting cars on fire, damaging businesses, assaulting people, and so on? Why would they be doing this? What exactly do they think they are protesting here? Because the current president is actually following immigration laws. Crazy, I know. So they're calling him a king because he's basically enforcing laws that are already on the books. But I digress. I was scrolling through my TikTok this morning, and I found a video that I'd like to respond to. And the reason I chose to respond to her is her video is one of the first ones I saw. And as I was looking at other videos that were also in support of No Kings Protest Day, I noticed they all pretty much say the same thing. They all have the same talking points. So I feel like when I'm responding to this person, I'm actually responding to all of them because they all seem to think the same way and have the exact same views. So without further ado, let's meet Plurfairy, aka Carly, coming to us all the way from her parents' house.
Oh my god, what event are you going to this weekend? Oh my god, I'm going to this crazy event. It's called the No Kings Protest. If you're following me, you're probably a raver, and you should probably know that raving is political. The biggest acronym in our community is peace, love, unity, respect, and responsibility. And with somebody with a big platform, it is my fucking responsibility to tell you about what the fuck is happening right now. Because they do make it a little bit hard, it's a little bit complicated, and I completely understand that it's information overload, and it can be super anxiety inducing sometimes, but it is up to us, the people, to stand up and fucking fight. If you don't know what's happening in the world, here's a little synopsis. Basically, ICE came to LA and just started raiding a bunch of people. Their main goal is to get undocumented immigrants, which, by the way, is just a civil offense. It's the same as running through a stop sign, which if you're in California, you probably have fucking done. People are getting taken from their homes, they're getting ripped from their families, they're getting taken off the fucking streets in an unlawful way.
There it is. The word that's often regurgitated amongst every far-left outlet in existence. Civil offense. It's no big deal to come into the United States illegally and skip ahead of all the thousands of people that are coming in the correct way. It's no big deal. It's like running a stoplight, speeding, having an unpaid parking ticket. No big deal. Well, not exactly. Unfortunately for this raver, I have access to Google. According to my 2-second search on Google, a civil offense is a violation of civil law, typically involving disputes between individuals or organizations. They often result in monetary penalties. A misdemeanor, on the other hand, is an actual criminal offense, albeit a less serious crime than a felony, but it can still result in fines, jail time, confinement of usually less than a year, or other penalties. So what crime are these illegals committing when they cross our borders illegally? Turns out they're in violation of 8 USC 1325. And it says right here that while a first offense is typically a misdemeanor, not a civil offense, it does often result in fines and imprisonment, as well as deportation. According to 8 USC 1325, it is a crime for an alien to enter the United States without authorization, including entering in an unauthorized time and place, or by using false information. Violation of USC 1325 can trigger deportation proceedings, and if an individual is found to have been violating the law, they may in fact be subject to removal from the United States. Now, I promise you I didn't make this shit up. It's available on Google. Apparently these ravers don't have access to Google or a basic lesson in Civics 101. So again, what is the Trump administration doing that's so illegal by removing criminals from the street? By the way, the overwhelming majority of these people that are being deported, they're already convicted criminals of the worst kind. A lot of them are rapists, murderers, child abusers, human traffickers. These are the people that are being deported at the time. And that's who these far-left radicals are busy defending with the No Kings Day protests/riots.
So then people started protesting in LA. It was a peaceful protest against ICE and their detainments. Pause to read. But then Donald Trump decided to send in 2,000 National Guard troops, military-grade troops, people who are meant for the military against their own American streets as a scare tactic, and started, doing tear gas, rubber bullets, and flash grenades towards peaceful protesters, which of course will then turn violent.
Yeah, come on, guys. A group of people with homemade shields and professional riot gear defying police orders and physically pushing the police back. That's totally peaceful.
Along with that crazy whole entire situation, he's also hosting a $45 million birthday party with a big military parade tomorrow. But keep in mind, it's your taxpayer dollars. Yours! That's fucking insane. You are unhappy with the state of this country, which you should be. You should be fucking angry. Then please take the time to look this up.
Yes, because screw the military and the Army's 250th birthday party. Screw them. What we should be doing is celebrating all the illegal immigrants that came over to our country so they could smuggle fentanyl, human trafficking, commit murders, rapes, and essentially partake in burning down this country. That's what we should be doing. Yeah, I think our tax dollars should go to more important things, like all the things you guys like. Nothing says responsible spending, like cutting the balls off of a 10-year-old kid because their liberal teacher told them they were born in the wrong body. USAID, that was full of all kinds of useful spending. Trans Sesame Street in Iraq, using taxpayer money to investigate journalists, to investigate and imprison a former president of the United States and about half of his cabinet. Now that is a good use of taxpayer money. And by the way, why is this the first time I'm hearing about this No Kings protest? Where the hell were you guys when President Barack Obama was weaponizing the entire DOJ and the intelligence community to investigate his political opponents? Where were you guys when Joe Biden attempted to skip the 2024 general election by simply having his opponent arrested? Yeah, no, kind of the same thing that the Kings do in North Korea, Venezuela, Russia. Seems to me you guys are a little bit late to the party. So on that note, I hope some of you people actually do take the time to look this up and get the actual facts, not just regurgitate the talking points that are put out on auto repeat by the far left. And thank you, Carly, for being the poster child of this entire backwards movement, because without your dedication to ignorance, I would not have had the perfect example to respond to, because the views that you expressed in your video are so basic and so carbon copied from the far left that my response actually applies to just about every one of you morons who are out there today. In the meantime, if you don't know something, please take 2 seconds to look it up before you open your mouth. That's all I got for right now. Stay informed, folks.